Hey Warriors family, gather round and feel that Bay Area buzz. Before we get into the heart of today's sizzling rumors, make sure you slam that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on those notifications so you're the first to know whenever Dub Nation's future takes another wild turn. Now, let me paint a picture for you. It's early June, the off-season sun is heating up, and our rising star Jonathan Kuminga has been spotted in gyms from Oakland to Orlando, chasing greatness and, it seems, playing a pivotal role in a secret strategy that could redefine the Warriors' next title run. Whispers started circulating when video surfaced of Kuminga working out alongside a future lottery pick, a dynamic pairing that had every scout and rival GM scratching their heads. Was he simply fine-tuning his athleticism with a promising youngster? Or was this public session a clue that Golden State's front office is leveraging Kuminga's youth and untapped potential as currency in pursuit of another blockbuster addition? Could this be part of a master plan, one that balances the energy and upside of our electric second-year forward with a seasoned veteran who brings championship DNA? At floor spacing prowess, fans across social media platforms erupted with speculation. Is Kuminga being groomed as the linchpin in a sign-and-trade maneuver? Or is he the future face of a reloaded dynasty? Let's dig into the heartbeat of the rumor. Sources at The Athletic and ESPN drop hints that Warriors management has assembled a top 5 shortlist of potential target players whose skill sets would perfectly complement Kuminga's burgeoning physicality and our core's trademark ball movement. Imagine a roster where Stephen Curry's gravity still pulls defenders into the paint, only now to be met by Kuminga's thunderous cuts and a new sharpshooter stretching the floor beyond the arc. Could introducing a veteran 3-and-D ace provide the perfect learning environment for Kuminga while maintaining the defensive tenacity that has defined Golden State's championship runs? Is it possible that this move would ease the burden on Jordan Poole in crunch time, creating an inside-out synergy that opponents simply cannot scheme against? Context is crucial. Last season, the Warriors struggled to contain drives in transition and gave up too many open corner threes when our small ball lineups expired. Analytical models from Synergy and Cleaning the Glass highlighted that our defensive rating dipped noticeably when Draymond Green sat, and opposing offenses targeted the gaps left by our limited interior rim protection. Enter Kuminga, whose raw athleticism and improving timing represent an answer to those weaknesses. But even his explosive energy can only do so much without another mature defender who can communicate, switch, and shoot at an elite clip. Historical parallels come to mind. Remember when Golden State added Andre Iguodala in 2013? His veteran leadership and defensive awareness instantly elevated the young Splash Brothers and set the stage for championships in 5 years. Could history be repeating itself in a new form? This time with Kuminga at the center of a strategic roster refresh. Drilling deeper, league insiders have whispered names like a versatile wing who averaged over 40% from 3, a lockdown perimeter stopper with all-star experience, and a crafty playmaker who posted 18-plus points per game on a playoff-bound squad. But beyond statistics, these targets share one common thread. They thrive in motion-heavy offenses and understand the value of spacing, passing, and selfless decision-making. Some insiders believe that pursuing such a player would send a clear message to Kuminga and the rest of the young core that Golden State remains committed to winning now, while also investing in the development of its rising talents. Others argue that leaning into youth might pay dividends long-term, but that approach risks another year of mediocrity if Kuminga isn't supported by a proven veteran. As word of these possible targets spread, social media erupted. On Reddit's /Warriors threads exploded with mock trade scenarios. One popular proposal paired Kuminga and a future second-round pick for a silky shooting veteran. Another suggested a 3-team sign-and trade that would involve salary-matching extravaganzas and creative draft pick swaps. Twitter polls asked fans to rank importance between shooting, defense, and playmaking, 3 pillars that any incoming star would need to bolster. Even Vegas odds makers adjusted their futures markets, making it slightly more likely that Golden State lands a marquee name rather than standing pat. Meanwhile, fan art circulated on Instagram depicting Kuminga embracing new teammates in a locker room emblazoned with the words "Commit to the Future" inside Chase Center. Sources hint at a palpable energy shift. During recent off-season workouts, Steph Curry's casual smiles when asked about Kuminga's summer routines were interpreted as subtle endorsements of the larger plan. Draymond Green, never one to mince words, drop cryptic comments about, loving fresh challenges and welcoming changes that keep opponents guessing. And Klay Thompson's inner circle reportedly reached out to a few prospective targets, sharing inside details about how they fit into Steve Kerr's motion offense. Could these seemingly offhand remarks be part of a coordinated strategy? A way to pique interest and sow seeds of doubt among rival teams? It certainly feels like a chess match, with the Warriors front office moving pieces behind the scenes to maintain strategic ambiguity until the trade deadline or free agency frenzy. But let's pause and consider the human angle. Kuminga, now entering his third professional season, has shown flashes of brilliance monster dunks, chase down blocks, and the kind of explosive athleticism that makes highlight reels. Yet his consistency and decision-making still need refinement. Surrounding him with a seasoned pro who has been through playoff wars could accelerate his development, teaching him how to read defenses, knock down open threes under pressure, and lock in defensively when the game's on the line. Some insiders believe that pairing Kuminga with a veteran maestro, someone like the player who once helped elevate a young Golden State core to a dynasty, would create an ideal mentorship dynamic. Could this symbiosis be the secret sauce that extends the Warriors' championship window before age and injuries inevitably take their toll on our beloved veterans? Of course, every move carries risk. Trading assets for an established star could compromise financial flexibility, potentially hampering the team's ability to re-sign role players or chase another high-impact free agent. And what about chemistry? The Warriors' identity has been built on trust, ball movement, and an unselfish ethos. Introducing a high-usage veteran could disrupt that flow, forcing Curry and Klay to tweak their playing styles. Is that a price worth paying for the immediate boost in talent? Or would it undermine the very foundation that produced 3 titles in 4 years? Yet, let's not forget the stakes. The Western Conference is more crowded than ever. The Suns have added perimeter scorers. The Lakers have bolstered their front line. The Nuggets and Clippers continue to tweak their rosters. In this environment, staying stagnant is the fastest route to irrelevance. Could the Warriors' willingness to pull the trigger on a bold acquisition be the differentiator that reignites championship talk in the Bay Area? Some executives around the league are already murmuring that Golden State's front office, known for its shrewd maneuvers, could pull off another undervalued trade, layering youth and experience in a way no one sees coming. If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama. In royal blue and gold, picking up right where we left off, let's imagine how this master plan around Jonathan Kuminga and Golden State's top 5 wish list could unfold in the weeks ahead. We've already seen the workout buzz and the whispered shortlist of sharpshooters, lockdown wings, and crafty playmakers that could slide into Steve Kerr's motion offense. And now the real chess match begins. Could this swirling speculation around Kuminga's potential role as both rising star and key trade asset be the catalyst that transforms our roster into a renewed title contender? Is it possible that the front office's willingness to pursue veteran talent while nurturing Jonathan's explosive growth will extend the Warriors' championship window even further? Using every nugget from the latest insider reports, we can piece together scenarios that range from subtle roster tweaks, like adding a complimentary 3-and-D forward who can guard the league's top wing scorers, to blockbuster sign-in trades involving future draft assets. Imagine a deal that brings in a polished perimeter defender who shot over 40% from 3 last season, someone whose arrival would immediately address the gaps we saw when Draymond sat and our defense struggled to close out on shooters. Insert that player into the lineup alongside Kuminga, and suddenly you have a two-way duo in the front court that can switch pick and rolls, contest everything in sight, and keep opposing offenses out of rhythm. Could this mean fewer breakdown possessions and a defensive rating that dips back into the elite tier we enjoyed during our championship runs? On the offensive end, picture Stephen Curry continuing to command the gravity of every defense, pulling wings into the paint before dishing to Kuminga for thunderous dumps in the post, or mid-range footwork he's been refining all offseason. Jordan Poole's breakout scoring potential could flourish without the ball in his hands so much, allowing him to catch and fire off screens, while our new veteran spacing specialist, perhaps one of those top 5 targets, is darting through the arc to punish any overhelp. Fans are wondering if this could be the beginning of a new inside-out identity for Golden State, one where relentless ball movement meets elite individual shot creation. and where the complement of youth and experience gives opposing coaches nightmares when game-planning. But what about chemistry? We know from the regular season that adding a high-usage veteran can shift roles overnight. Could our core adapt seamlessly to fewer touches? Some insiders believe that Kuminga's unselfish nature and hunger to learn will smooth the transition after all. He spent his first 2 seasons absorbing Curry's footwork tips and Draymond's defensive IQ. Yet skeptics caution that asking Klay Thompson to defer more often and Jordan Poole to slide off ball more could lead to friction, especially if the new piece demands late-game ESO situations. Is it possible that a delicate balance can be struck? Or do we risk diluting the very team chemistry that has fueled our most magical playoff runs? Let's zoom out to the broader Western Conference landscape. As word of Golden State's intention spreads, rival front offices must scramble. The Phoenix Suns, who have added midseason role players to shore up their rotation, suddenly find themselves pondering if they need to swing for an even bigger name in free agency. The Lakers, with eyes on cap space and potential max contract suitors, face pressure to accelerate their own roster moves or risk watching the Warriors leapfrog them. In title odds, the Nuggets and Clippers, accustomed to quietly tweaking around their cores, might be forced into bold offers just to keep pace. Every team that thought the Warriors were letting a retool status settle and must now recalibrate. Is this the offseason? When Dub Nation strikes again. In arenas across the West, the echoes are already palpable. In recent matchups against the young Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State veteran leaders hinted at change. After one nail-biter win, Draymond Green told reporters, "We're not done. This core is driven to get better, and you'll see that on the court soon." Meanwhile, Stephen Curry, when asked about the trade rumors swirling around Kuminga, smiled and said, "I love the way Jonathan is working in, and we want to surround him with winners." Fans in the stands erupted, interpreting Curry's words as tacit approval of the front office's bold vision. Could this mean the locker room is already bought in, or is it simply veteran diplomacy to protect front office maneuvering? Online, social media platforms are ablaze with reaction. On Reddit, longtime Warriors fan Dutruth posted a detailed breakdown of potential trade packages, arguing that a 3-team deal could match salaries and still leave us with picks for the future. Golden State needs to pounce now, he wrote, before the supernova of youth and vet talent passes into another franchise's hands. Over on Twitter, former Warriors All-Star and League legend tweeted, "Excited to see where the front office takes Dub Nation this summer. Could be one of the most intriguing turning points in franchise history." Even national analysts on ESPN have begun speculating on the Warriors' odds to reclaim title contention, citing the projected addition of a top-tier wing as a key factor. Statistically speaking, Golden State's offensive rating hovered near the top of the league last season, but our defensive rating dipped out of the elite range for the first time in years. In playoff series, opponents targeted our bench units relentlessly, exploiting gaps on the perimeter and outpacing us in transition. Enter a veteran floor-spacing defender whose steal and block rates hover above league average. Suddenly, those vulnerable lineups gain a stabilizing presence. Could this be the missing link that transforms a still formidable offense into a 110-point per 100 possessions juggernaut, while also returning our defense to top 5 status? Fans are wondering if this could be the turning point that pushes Golden State back to the summit. Looking ahead, the clock is ticking, free agency beckons, the draft looms, and the rumor mill will only heat up as July approaches. Could the Warriors brass swing for one of those coveted names, or will they choose a more conservative path, betting on incremental growth from Kuminga and the existing core? Some insiders believe that patience may pay off long-term, but there's no denying that momentum and championship windows are finite. Is it possible that this summer's moves will define not just the 2025-26 season, but the entire next chapter of Dub Dynasty lore? Now, as the offseason drama intensifies, what do you believe will define Golden State's destiny? Bold ambition or calculated restraint? Personally, as a die-hard Warriors supporter, I believe that trusting in Jonathan Kuminga's potential, while strategically adding a veteran cornerstone, is the exact recipe we need to keep that championship flame burning bright. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.